If you've been in the crypto space for long, you might have heard of the words killer app. But what is it? Essentially, a killer app is an application of a new technology which is virtually indispensable or much superior to other products. It is highly likely that these specific applications will speed crypto global adoption. But what could these killer apps be? And what cryptocurrencies could possibly fulfill the role? In this video, we shall explore them. Crypto has a broad application. It encompasses many different industries, so much so that it's hard to determine which application is going to be the main driver for mass adoption. To make matters worse, so many morons are spitting a lot of fake news regarding the use case of crypto. As much as crypto is useful, everyone needs to realize that it's not a fix for everything, and saying otherwise will only muddy the waters, consequently making it harder to find the killer app. But keep in mind that whatever application that is, it needs to be something that attracts outsiders. That is to say, people who have no interest in cryptocurrencies at all. Because that means they will be using it purely for utility and not speculation, like most of us do in the crypto space. There are many different applications, but keep in mind that in order to qualify as a killer app, it has to be a complete game changer. The search for the killer apps is still an open debate, but from what I've seen, these three applications I'll mention in this video are the most likely ones to dominate the industry. The first killer app for crypto is Store of Value. Now, this isn't anything new. The industry leaders have been saying this for as long as I can remember, and I'm sure even long before that. But there's a catch. It doesn't work yet. That's because before any cryptocurrency becomes a store of value, the greater part of the population has to believe it first. Now, the only candidate for this application is Bitcoin, BTC, not Bitcoin SV, not even Bitcoin Cash, which might be a killer app for something else, but more on that later. Anyway, Bitcoin has no competition when it comes to store of value. It gave birth to the crypto industry, and it's ironic to me because I think it won't be the first killer application. In fact, it will probably be utilized as a store of value globally after other killer apps have been established. That's because the average person doesn't think the way we do in the crypto space. They're not gonna trust Bitcoin. It will take a huge leap forward in the industry before they do. Either other killer apps will have to step in first to give the industry more credibility, or the Bitcoin protocol needs to be mature enough to be able to work as digital cash, which it clearly isn't right now. People might say Bitcoin already works as a store of value today. Some people are using it as such. No, they're not. They're using it because they know it's gonna go up in price. That's not store of value. That's speculation. A store of value by definition is the ability of an asset to be saved, retrieved, and exchanged at a later time and be predictably useful when retrieved. And Bitcoin is anything but predictable. It's not always useful when retrieved, especially at a bear market. You don't want to use your Bitcoin to buy things. Why would you? You're at a loss. So you'd rather wait for it to go up in price, so not always useful. Despite that, there's no other candidate that can fill this role as of now. No other coin is as secure as Bitcoin. But for it to become a great store of value, it must be able to function as payments, which leads us to our second killer app. Payments. The ability to pay online instantly and with ultra low fees. Now, this is an obvious application since we are dealing with currencies after all. No matter where you are in the world, you can transact with anyone without any intermediaries or governments stopping you or extracting unnecessary fees. This includes micropayments. Imagine being able to buy, let's say, digital stickers for like 10 cents with a fraction of a cent as transaction fee. Now imagine doing that at scale. Another example is streaming. Imagine paying a streaming site like Netflix with micropayments. It will look something like this. Instead of the normal subscription plan, Users will be charged automatically by the minute or second of every video they watch. For instance, 1 Satoshi per 10 seconds or whatever. This could apply to just about any business using that type of auto-charge payment model. And there's lots of other models that would take a whole video of its own to fully describe. I believe the micropayments application is massively underrated, and at some point in time you won't even notice it anymore, as it will be a huge part of our lives. The main hindrance to payments is scalability. Once we get past that, payments will become the killer app. There's also a subcategory for payments that I would like to add, which is dark web payments, which might have an entire market of its own. I'm not really sure about this, but it may be possible that at some point in the future, huge data mining companies might use their enormous resources to log and track crypto transactions and sell user information to third parties. Because why not? I think that's going to be a very profitable business model. It's already being done today. There's no reason why it won't go on as crypto scales. While most cryptocurrencies might have built-in privacy features, only a few actually could fully cloak themselves. So it might be a good idea to think that privacy-focused cryptocurrencies will always have a future. Hell, I have a feeling that one day the mysterious dark web might be open to the whole world with anonymity features that put Tor to shame. So there's that. There's more than a few contenders for this. Let's start with micropayments or non-dark web payments. For me, the Lightning Network is the most promising candidate. They only launched last year and still in beta phase, yet they are already making breakthroughs this early in 2019. How much so 2 years from now? You might want to check out my Lightning videos too. Then there's the infamous Bitcoin Cash, which is designed to be digital cash. Stellar is also great, specifically designed for payments with a genius at the helm. Then there's also Grin. What makes Grin a great contender is the fact that its monetary supply makes it bad for hoarding, but really suitable as cash. B might as well make it too. Litecoin is a classic. And of course, the stablecoins, especially MakerDAO's DAI. It's really cool. And perhaps even XRP. I mean, it could be the bank's last haven, so it might survive for a time. As for the anonymous payment applications, Grin works really well too. It's a privacy coin after all, so is Beam. Then there's Monero, which in my opinion is the most promising candidate for this type of payment. It's already being used largely in the dark web. They just need to tackle the scaling problem. Zcash is already on their way to scale with their second layer solution called Bolt. Dash is not as popular as it used to, but it still has a shot. So these are the coins that could fill the role in the payments application. It's likely gonna be more than one. By the way, please tell me if I missed anything, as I'm sure I did. Next killer application is gaming. Some of you might have expected this, while others might be surprised. There's two main reasons why gaming is gonna be a killer app. First of all, gamers are digital natives who are already more familiar with crypto than the average consumer. As a matter of fact, according to a survey of 1,000 gamers in the US, 55% of millennial gamers own cryptocurrency. In many ways, online gamers are already used to the idea of converting their paper currency into gaming currencies. And we all know gaming currencies are a thing in multiple game types, from mobile to console to MMORPG. For instance, in Fortnite, you can convert your US dollar into V-Bucks. In World of Warcraft, you can also buy gold. They are also used to the idea of virtual items. With that in mind, onboarding the gaming community would be easy. More importantly, the gaming industry is massively centralized, especially the virtual goods or game items marketplace. Games are selling these intangible game items, whether they be something that adds power to your character like a legendary sword, or simply for aesthetics, what you call a skin. And even with no real scarcity, because the game developers can practically print an infinite amount of any item, gamers are still buying a lot. The money they are making is insane. That's a testament to how much people value these virtual items. How much more if we could create real scarcity through cryptocurrencies, allowing not only players to fully own their game items and keep them in their wallet, but also use them in non-gaming platforms, giving them real-world value outside the games. That's exactly what Enjin is doing. They are creating a cryptocurrency ecosystem for gaming. If you haven't watched my Enjin video, be sure to do so, because you'll be blown away by their achievements and roadmap. It's unbelievable. Meanwhile, multiple blockchain games have been growing rapidly in the last 2 years. A few examples are CryptoKitties, Blockchain Cuties, Ethereum. A lot of these games use the non-fungible tokens built on Ethereum's ERC-721 standard. In my opinion, these blockchain games have ways to go before they can attract the vast majority of non-crypto gamers, but they're on their way. I think a good pseudo measurement for the success of blockchain games is when they don't use any crypto lingo in the titles. Like instead of CryptoKitties, maybe just kitties or something else entirely. Another likely candidate that could dominate the gaming empire is Decentraland, a decentralized virtual world on the blockchain. Combining VR technology with blockchain comes a new frontier of gaming like never before. If you've seen the movie Ready Player One, then this should certainly excite you, because this could become the real-life oasis, only it's not owned by the game developers, but the users. Furthermore, Decentraland is already partnered with multiple blockchain games like Ethereum and CryptoCars. Partnerships like this actually strengthen their relevance in the industry, because united we stand yada yada yada. All these blockchain games and gaming cryptocurrencies are still not where they are supposed to be. But like I said earlier, they're on their way there. I won't be surprised if 2 years from now blockchain games would dominate the mobile gaming market for starters, then move to include desktop or even console games. So those are the 3 main killer apps in my opinion. Sorry I couldn't accommodate all the cryptocurrencies you want, but tell me if there's any that I should have mentioned or whatever. Also, if you think there is another killer application of crypto that you think deserves attention, leave it all in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the flip side.